Lane writes in from Sisters, Oregon. Enjoyed the recent discussion of Guardians 3 and agree with a lot of everything mentioned. There was one scene, though, that struck me as a little odd. It's the scene where Mantis mind wipes Drax after he asks if she thinks he's really stupid. It's really bumming me out. Much like Jedi mind powers are a huge violation of consent, this struck me as a terrible thing to do to a friend. Thoughts? Is Mantis evil? End quote. That's the subject line of the email.
I mean, Mantis's entire power is violating, right? The idea that she could tell you to think something, tell anyone to think something, and they will. That's the whole premise of her power.
I mean, I think that is part of the point, is that she overstepped, and we do see her go to that extreme, to make him forget. I think that is what the movie wants you to think. I was like, oh, you went too far.
I think you're right, Jeff. You got to play fast and loose with the morals if you have a world where Mantis exists at all, right?
I don't think that's supposed to make you feel good. That's a really interesting scene in that movie where he's like, you think I'm stupid? And she's like, yeah, I do. She's literally tells him the truth to his face that she thinks he's dumb. And that's hard to see with characters you like. So I think it's supposed to be an uncomfortable moment, but I think it's also kind of treading in the same water as the concept of a white lie. For Mantis, a white lie is telling you the truth to your face, but then erasing it. You know what I mean? It's a white lie is morally gray too, right? Is not, the idea of I'm going to lie to you, but it's okay because the lie is meant to protect your feelings. I think that's basically what Mantis is doing. Is I'm doing something that is morally reprehensible, but I'm doing it to protect your feelings.
There was also a line in the movie where Mantis says, hey, I can't use the mind-changing powers on my friends. That was a thing that they'd apparently agreed on, or part of the moral code of Mantis. But then she makes that guy fall in love with Drax, at the
he's not a friend
facility.
He's a nobody.
Yeah, he's a nobody. But what I couldn't stop thinking about after that was, if that guy survived, is that guy still pining after Drax to this day? Did she forever alter the course of his life, by incepting him with, hey, you loved this guy Drax, and now he's writing love letters to Drax and not knowing if he's ever going to see Drax.
There's a Drax fan club out there, just built up of all these people.
Maybe he's just suffering in silence, just quietly loving.
But that's a very upset. I'm more upset by that than that she made, because you're right, Jeff. It's like a white lie. That's a thing you do so the friendship can continue. She's just fucking up some other guy's life forever. With that other thing.
Imagine being Mantis. What is that life like? Where you can literally make anyone think anything you want, anytime you want, all the time. If you go down the rabbit hole of even contemplating what your existence, if you have that power, is like, it's very disturbing.
You're almost like Superman, basically.
You're a god.
You almost have the ability to manipulate the course of world of not
you
almost.
You shape the reality around you on a fundamental level.
You can you could have everyone thinks you have $5 billion, and now you have $5 billion.
Yeah, you don't even need $5 billion. Everyone thinks you should have everything for free.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Why are we dealing with human constructs like money at this point?
Exactly.
So is Mantis evil? I don't know. She's probably using her skills somewhat more responsibly than most people would be.
A remarkable amount of restraint, to be honest.
Yes. Are there any powers that kind of give you the ick, guys? So Mantis powers are kind of ew, but another, any character whose powers is they need to grow fingernails really quickly. Sabretooth or to some extent Black Panther.
Part of the suit. That's part of the suit.
But it's the idea of fingernails being used to do that, it just makes me uncomfortable. Do you guys have any superpowers that you're
this is why you never want cats, Dave.
I want to dig into this fingernail issue that you got to hang up about.
Oh, totally.
Cats can do that on command.
Another
That's
after
what they
another
do.
after, yeah. But any powers give you the ick other than Mantis?
The power that I can't stop thinking about all of the weird ways I would use it is Mr. Fantastic or Plastic Man.
You can't stop thinking about. That's the one you want to be.
I don't know if I want to be it, but the way it is depicted in all of the fiction feels to me like a tiny subset. And kind of how Mantis, we've been talking about, if you really had that power, the amount of things you could do with it is not. We haven't really been, pushing to the edge of what you could actually do. I think if you could stretch and contort your body. Like there's
you could fly, first of all, right? Like that's a thing. You could fly, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I feel like there's a million weird things that you could do that would be so weird.
As we've seen in The Incredibles. Yeah.
Why would you ever take the form of Mr. Fantastic at any point? You know? Like, why would you ever be a human form at all, ever? You know, just like be a slime that's moving along the ground, or I don't know what. You know, it's such a weird.
That's the thing that comes to mind, Jeff.
No.
If I was I would just like be a slug.
The things that come to mind, David, are too profane for this podcast.
Well, you gotta say this is the after. You have to say one of them. Okay, you have to say one of them.
I mean, let your imagination run wild. It is.
I mean, I'm assuming you're not a pervert, Jeff.
No, heaven forbid. Heaven forfend, my friend. I'm just saying it would be. There doesn't seem to be an upper limit to the stretchiness, right? It is a weird. Let's move on.
You could just watch The Incredibles again, Jeff. Incredibles 2. Lots of good stretching.
Lots of good stretching. Yeah.
Now I'm like, what was Jeff talking about? It's actually honestly frightening. I don't even know. I don't even know what he was even.
That's my point,
to.
Dave. It's frightening. All right, what other powers make you guys get weirded out?
It's okay. We can wrap it up there, Jeff. We can wrap it up there.
What other things are we not ending this episode on?
That was a clip from the Filmcast After Dark. To get access to the whole episode, go to patreon.com/filmpodcast. You can sign up for ad-free episodes as well as exclusive After Darks. You can find the regular podcast at thefilmcast.com. And of course, like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.